All right, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Giving double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Peace and salutations to the Akim, the brethren out there on the highways and byways pushing this truth in 100% sincerity. And peace and salutations to the few and sincere sisters who believe in this gospel. So I want to entitle this lesson, We Told Y'all It Was Coming. We told y'all it was coming, and I got a video here queued up from YouTube, and it's showing the price hikes, right? With all this that's going on over there in the Middle East, in Iran, we're also starting to see prices go up on various different goods, right? They were already going up, but now they're going up even more, right? And yeah, I'm gonna show you on this video here. So let's let this clip play.
Spokane, Washington, local truck stop out in the valley. What the?
And not just the gas, the box of tomatoes, what the 75 not.
There's no reason for oil to be this expensive. This is at Sam's Club. No goddamn reason for this.
Gotta be smoking crack, because I don't care how giant of a size it is. $9.49 for fucking Raisin Bran, or $9.99.
$12 for some ground beef.
This is insane. This is $10 for a case of Gatorade.
Y'all, why is Kool-Aid 50 cents? 2 for $1?
Yo, Walmart, word to my mother. $32 though?
So one thing of chips is $5.50? A small little bag like this?
Can somebody tell me why these chicken wings $30.80 for 10 of them? I might as well go to a restaurant.
Spokane, Washington, local truck stop out in the valley. What the?
And not just the gas, the box of tomatoes, what the 75 not.
There's no reason for oil to be this expensive. This is at Sam's Club. No goddamn reason for this.
Gotta be smoking crack, because I don't care how giant of a size it is. $9.49 for fucking Raisin Bran, or $9.99.
$12 for some ground beef.
This is insane. This is $10 for a case of Gatorade.
Y'all, why is Kool-Aid 50 cents? 2 for $1?
Yo, Walmart, word to my mother. $32 though?
So one thing of chips is $5.50? A small little bag like this?
Can somebody tell me why these chicken wings $30.80 for 10 of them? I might as well go to a restaurant.
All right, so y'all saw the video there, right? So prices are going up. Now I'm not sure. Well, this first clip is in Spokane, Washington. And what does it say today? April 3rd, 2026. So that was a couple of weeks ago. And you see where
Spokane, Washington.
Diesel is $7.19 out there. And regular gas is $4.89, almost $5, right? And that's believable, especially in states like Washington, California, Oregon, you know, these West Coast and East Coast states. You know, fuel prices are high as hell out there, you know, and I'm not sure what states the rest of the videos were in, but I could probably assume that they're in some of these East Coast and West Coast states with these high ass fuel prices, because, you know, now out here in the Midwest, prices aren't that much yet, right? Diesel is about $6, getting real close to that. In Illinois, probably about 5 something. In Missouri, gas is about probably $4 in Illinois and about $3.80 in Missouri, right? So, you know, those prices aren't quite that high yet. I mean, they're still high. They're going up, right? And they're kind of fluctuating. they're fluctuating upwards, kind of, right? So they'll go down, and then they'll go up more than they went down, and then they'll go down a little bit again, and then they'll go up more than it went down. So that's kind of how I'm seeing it. But as far as the food prices and things like that, you know, I'm gonna assume that those prices are on those East and West Coast states. But nonetheless, things like chicken wings on this video, you saw chicken wings was like $30. Chicken wings, a box of chicken wings is like 15, 20 in the Midwest, which is crazy. You know, I stick with chicken thighs. I think chicken thighs are better anyway. You know, I get the boneless, skinless thighs, or I get the the bone in with the skin on thighs. Throw them joints on the grill. You know, a pound of those. You know what I'm saying? Or like a box, a pack of those with like, I want to say eight to 10 of them in there. You get them for like $8-9, right? So I stick with the chicken thighs, ground beef, high as hell. I tried to get a couple of weeks ago. I tried to get like 2 ribeye steaks. The 2 ribeyes was like $30. So beef is high as hell. Ground beef is high as hell. A pound of ground beef is like what, $10. You know, so I get ground turkey for the most part. Ground turkey and hell, lamb is cheaper. Lamb is cheaper than beef nowadays, right? I think I said this a couple of weeks ago. I was gonna get some ribeye steaks because I thought the ribeye steaks was gonna be cheaper, but the ribeye steaks was like $30. And I looked at a pack of lamb shanks with 2 of them in there, and it was like 20. No, it was 15 because I bought 2 packs. I bought 2 packs of 2 lamb shakes, so I got 4 of them for $30. The same price I was gonna pay for 2 ribeye steaks, and them lamb shanks was huge too. So shit. Hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I like lamb better anyway. But there was a time last year when the price of lamb was higher than ground beef. Now it's the opposite, right? So yeah, man, we're seeing this inflation rise. This conflict in the Middle East is not making it any better either. But we're seeing these prices go up, right? And the American people are flipping the hell out, right? You seeing a whole lot of warehouse fires. Elder Yashawamba did a video lesson yesterday going into it was last year where that dude killed that CEO of an insurance company or whatever, and how people had no, like, the regular American people didn't have any, like, any empathy or sympathy for that situation. They were more on side of the guy who's the murderer. His name was like Luigi something. I can't remember his full name. But they had more understanding for him, the murderer, than the person that he murdered, you know? So that shows you that the times that we're in, man, these American people are fed up with this government. They're fed up with everything being given in benefit of those small hatters. You know, the American people are fed up with this. And you're seeing that lashing out. A couple of weeks ago, that dude in California burnt the whole toilet paper warehouse down. There was other paper products too, but when I think of it, I think of toilet paper. But he burnt the whole warehouse down, burnt the whole thing down. And then there's been other numerous warehouse fires around the country too. I think it was an Amazon warehouse, the largest one out there in California. I think they just walked out. They didn't burn that one down. But there was some other warehouse fires out there in California and various ones around the country, which, that's going to, increase prices as well. But what the American people are saying is like, hey, y'all need to get y'all shit together and focus on the people at home, because these politicians, you know, these people in these political leadership positions, right? They're all bought out by the small hatters, and they're all bought out by these big corporations. So their best interest or their agenda is to do the bidding of these corporations and these small hatters, you know, which a lot of these corporations are run and owned by the small hatters. But that's what they're doing. They're saying, hey man, you need to focus on the American people or we gonna fuck some shit up. You know? And that's what's going on. So let's go ahead and get into the scriptures. Going to the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they power out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance, right? So what we're about to experience a famine, right? And it may not be a complete famine where there's no food or anything on the shelves. A part of it is the shit gonna be so high that you can't buy it. You know, the shit is gonna be so high it's gonna be hard to buy, right? These are the days that we're about to see. But this is created, or this is being brought up on by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah for the wickedness of this country, the wickedness of this place. And it's being brought on as a judgment, right? Because one of the things the Lord likes to do is, as far as judgments, is bring about a famine, right? Where you niggas can't eat. You know, there were multiple famines in the nation of Israel. Elijah went through one. I believe there was one during Yahweh Shah's time or during the time of the apostles. Yeah, there was. There was one during the time of Peter and the apostles, when Ananias and his wife, you know, they tried to deceive Peter, but through the Spirit, you know, it was revealed that you know, they weren't moving justly. So, you know, there's been multiple famines throughout the scriptures. And there's going to be a famine in this time right here in Babylon the Great. Right here in America, man. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 18. It says, I'm going to start at 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils should come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? So even though all of these things, man, are happening, people are not going to turn towards Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, right? They're still going to look to Esau Edom for their salvation, so to speak. Salvation from tribulation, salvation from hard times, salvation from anguish, right? Which is how Esau Edom is going to bring out and push this MOTB, right? People are going to be in dire straits, famine, hungry, can't feed their families, ready and looking for a solution to end the pain, but they're not going to look towards Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. They're going to look to Esau Edom, right? Because everybody in this place, they have so much faith in the devil, not even knowing, or actually these people know that this is the devil. They know that Esau Edom is the devil, but they still look towards him for for solutions instead of looking towards Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and what the Lord has to offer. Verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape hunger shall the sword destroy, right? So it was a time where food was hella cheap. You could go and buy a burger from Wendy's for a penny. You know, you can go, you can go and get your Doritos and Cheetos and shit for $1.50, 75 cents, and all that from the gas station. You know, ground beef wasn't as high. But now we're seeing a time where all of these prices are going up. They're shooting up. What, a bag of Cheetos on that video was like $5. Some Raisin Bran cereal was $10 and had the nerve to say on sale for $9.49. What the fuck kind of discount is that? You know what I'm saying? A 50-cent discount. On sale, 50 cent off. Not 50%, no, 50 cent, nigga. Right? But it's hitting hard, man. It's hitting hard. And we've been telling you, man, the men of the Lord, the men of the Lord, the prophets, we've been telling you that this situation is coming. We've been telling y'all this. But again, everybody want to call us conspiracy theorists, the prophets of doom, which we are the prophets of doom, right? But everybody want to say we are, we're I can't, we're looking for the evils, or everybody want to say various things about us in this gospel that we preach. But these things that we've been saying, man, it's coming to pass. So what you gonna do about it? Book of Revelation chapter 6, starting at verse 5, it says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine, right? Now, when it's saying a penny, it's not talking about 1 cent, right? A penny is going into a denarian, and that's actually going into a day's wages. You can look that up in the blue letter. I've done it, brothers have done lessons on it. I've done lessons on it. You can look that up in the blue letter, that word penny, and that's going into a day's wages. So it's going to get so bad to where a day's wages, is going to take a whole day of work in order for you just to get a loaf of bread, in order for you just to, eat something. What most people, let's say, make on average maybe $200, $250 a day. I'm not sure if that's true or accurate or not. But let's say, yeah, $200 a day, right? Or $1,000 a week. It's gonna cost you $200 just to get the bread. See, look, you gotta save up just to have a meal for a week. It's gonna cost you $200 to get the bread. It's gonna cost you $200 to get the chicken. It's gonna cost you $200 to get the rice and the beans. You know what I'm saying? So you just going about eating scraps throughout the week just to go buy, something that's gonna only last you for a day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's go here. 2nd Ezra chapter 6. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6. And I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall be found empty. Right? So all of our daily, day-to-day goods, everyday things, man, that we need, they're all gonna vanish. This world is beginning to vanish away, and this world going into the kingdom and this rulership being ruled by Esau Edom. It's starting to vanish away. You know? So we living in heavy times right now, man. And it's a beautiful time for the prophets, for the men of the Lord, because we've been telling y'all about this. We've been telling the whole world about this, man. Brothers have been doing this. The apostles and elders have been doing this for decades. You know? And you got brothers who've been doing this for more than a decade, you know, going into these scriptures, prophesying, letting you know what's about to happen, letting you know that this time that we're seeing right now is coming up on you. As the scriptures say, you know, then shall it be known that there was a prophet among you in the book of Ezekiel. Well, this world is starting to realize, man, that the prophets have been among them. The prophets has been here, you know. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Chakorash. Lord willing, this video lesson was edifying. And until next time, shalom.